What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about Faraday Future. So Faraday did submit their 10Q. I've already talked about some tentative things from my last video, but I kind of wanted to dive deep into it a little bit more just to educate myself on what potentially is happening behind the scenes, and there are some things I do want to bring up. So I'll go over that, but first make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And with that, let's get right to it. And so starting off, one thing that I did mention previously was the actual outstanding share count as of the end of June, which obviously encumbers their 10Q. But there was this that did come up. So it does show that as of August 14th, there was 494 million outstanding shares. So it looks like as soon as the whole authorized share count was increased and passed, they wasted absolutely no time by increasing the share count, some of which technically I did say was going to be paid to Palantir. So within this 10Q, it actually does state right here that they kind of came to the agreement. So in case you guys do not know, they do owe Palantir $5 million as what's stated right here, but they came to more of a payment solution where it looks like they're going to be giving two tranches. One is going to be by August the 9th. The second one is by October the 1st, and it's going to be 2.4 million in Class A common stock, and then once again 2.4 million for a grand total of 11.1 million shares. So it looks like based on this, it is fixed. So fixed 11.1 million. So essentially, if the stock price goes down, that is in Faraday's best interest. Kind of a reverse way, because that does mean that this 2.4 million that is going to be paid October the 1st, that being priced in at current levels. And so essentially, again, if the stock price goes down, so does that. So that's kind of a weird way of maybe if the stock price goes down, that's of benefit. But this 2.4 million that Palantir did receive by August the 9th, they can technically sell that. And so most likely with a lot of the, I guess, downward pressure that's been happening over the last several trading days, that could be attributed to Palantir alongside many other things, note holders. But definitely, I've been stating this for a while now that they do owe Palantir. So as soon as the authorized share count was going to be approved and raised, they're going to be paying some of their debts. And lo and behold, they did. So regardless, they definitely did and have been diluting quite a lot. So that is something that you need to be aware of. Again, I just like to give you guys the facts. I'm not here to sugarcoat things, BS you. I really don't care if you guys buy, sell, hold. Doesn't make a difference to me. I'm just bringing up some stuff that I feel people could really hang on to. And there is some positives in here that I kind of alluded to in my last video. Plus, this was posted, I think, on LinkedIn. So 𝗪𝗧𝗧 did say, I'm extremely proud of the team and our partners, which helped make that happen. We appoint a new auditor firm after May 31st. So that's kind of going to be something I talk on in a second. But it says here, with such dedication and efficiency, it can only go in one direction forward. On a side note, the team achieved this, allowing me to push developments in the UAE in confidence that they will deliver. So big kudos and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, they're still kind of hanging on to the UAE deal, potentially coming. Doesn't actually state that in the 10Q, so just be aware of that. So yeah, we just have to wait and see. So same goes for the whole reverse stock split. At the time doing this video, it is late on Wednesday. So possibly, let's say if they do submit it on Thursday, it's cutting it right down to the wire, because in theory, they need to give shareholders 2 business days notice. And so, yeah, they're cutting it right down to the wire. I've already talked extensively all about that, so you can kind of refer back to my several videos where I talk about that. This one, I'm going to kind of stay on the topic of the 10Q. So once again, they paid Palantir debt, have been diluting quite a lot, but one thing that, especially when there was a lot of hype, you had 𝗪𝗧𝗧 and YT both doing videos. And so when they did submit their annual earnings, their Q4 and annual 2023 earnings, a lot of individuals were saying like, WTF? Why is there not more deliveries and not more revenue actually indicated? And so that's one thing that they did state, is that, and I think actually, to be honest, it was 𝗪𝗧𝗧 that did a video and just kind of addressed some of the questions. That's back when they were doing that. And they just simply said a lot of that was leasing. So they didn't really elaborate all that much. And you can kind of tell based on this earnings right here that this section, you don't see any revenue at all from leasing. So that kind of is questionable, right? And so essentially, I kind of dived deep into this. And so you do see right here, so co-creation arrangements. For the services performed, the company compensates the respective customers through a monthly consulting fee payment or a discount on their monthly lease payments. And it looks like right here, co-creation fees recorded as a reduction to revenue and also within research and development. So it looks like they kind of offset all those lease payments as either R&D or linked to, of course, those payments, right? Those co-creation consulting fees. So essentially, they were giving cars away for free. And this is where I have, like I've stated in the past, you really need to trust management. And I can tell a lot of people just hang on to this type of stuff as like gold, but management is fucking misleading everyone. So when it came down to Chris Brown, and clearly a lot of his posts that he's been doing, he essentially got a free car for advertising Faraday. So kind of put that in perspective. Do you guys think that is legitimate or accurate? Because this, to code it as research and development and or just kind of consulting fees to offset that, that is so messed up. And that obviously does kind of allude to, if you have more expenses than revenue, that's kind of how it showed on the Q1, which a lot of people were kind of questioning that. I didn't actually look at the Q1 to see if they did have this kind of arrangement indicated. For reference, I'm looking at page 13 right here, 14 on the PDF. So yeah, this is a very big middle finger to investors. So not only is the argument out there saying that the vehicles is too expensive for general public, and I think a lot of people just like to correlate and look at Lucid as a kind of a comparable example in some cases, but this is just mind-blowing. So it looks like even a lot of the co-creators just don't really or weren't willing to pay for it at all. So I see this, I wanted to do a video more so around this, because this in reality is just absolutely horrific, and it just adds a whole different element to everything that has been happening. So like I've indicated in my last video, the excessive amount of dilution that has been happening, all this ramping up they've been talking about so far has been like a small handful of actual sales. The rest were for the most part being offset to R&D and given for free. So what's your guys' thoughts on this? Once again, I'm not here to kind of sway you to get you to sell. I could really care less. I just wanted to bring up red flags such as this, and especially more so this. So what's your thoughts? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And with all that said, appreciate all of you watching.